Test, test, test. All right. Yeah, it's still happening. So annoying. Whatever. All right, hold on. There's that, there's this, and there's this. Okay. All right, I think we're good. Let's see. I guess let's build really quick. Or what was I even doing? I was doing food stuff. Ah, yeah, I needed to do that. I just upgraded or updated, so I need to rebuild with the new Go. What's up, Dracula? I wonder what Go version I'm on now. Oh, 1.26. Can't wait to see the new garbage collector in action. Am I all right? I am, yeah. How are you doing? I still haven't figured out the bug where if I full screen something, my stream glitches out a bunch. So we have to deal with that a little bit. But other than that, I'm good. How are you doing? I should update my settings so that it doesn't full screen the window. Let me do that once this builds. Yeah, I tried to upgrade Arch Linux and hoped it fixed it, but are you working right now? Bummer. That's life, I guess, though. I got nerd sniped a little bit the past few days on because I don't know if you guys knew this. I was like building a little side language, a little programming language on the side for fun, like mostly just vibe coding it and like talking to Gemini and stuff like that about it. And I've gone full fledged down the affine type rabbit hole. I think it's called affine types. It's like the Rust model. It's either affine or linear. Yeah, it's affine. It's just so interesting. There's so many interesting things you can do with it. It's just funny how I started my little language project and it was going to be like pretty much like Odin and Zig mixed together, and now it's turning into like Rust and Go mixed together. Let me do full screen. Hold on. Oh no, I don't have full screen because it's not full screen, it's just maximized. I think maybe because the window size is so large. I wonder if it's because this is so large, it let's just minus like 20. I'm curious what this will look like. Sometimes Emacs cannot find the root directory of my thing. You still cooking that? Yeah. No, it's still full screening it. All right, what is it? What's it like 720? What's the horizontal for 720? I don't know. 1080 or something. It's probably not. No, it's still full screening it. That's so strange. Or it's maximizing it. Oh, that's probably the problem. It probably tries to maximize it. But I have a Boolean here. If the window should be maximized. So it should be, by default, it should be false. I don't know, honestly. I know I have some code somewhere that checks to see if the window state has changed and then updates it. So I wonder if it's just a bug in there. Whatever. Well, let me show you guys the new town. Also, what's up, Michael? How's it going? How are you today? So I redesigned the town. What I wanted to do is I wanted to make the house area right here, so it's immediately just north of you, because I wanted housing. Housing is like the central experience, I think, and like all of the progression revolves around that. So housing used to be over here, right? It used to be like right here or something. This is like the left anchor point, and the bank was way further right. But now housing will be here, and you kind of have this like little ring of the town will just be like a small like ring here, I think. Your house will be this plot, and then it'll be expandable upwards even more, probably. I made a prison. I created a prison building here for all the bad people, for all the bad guys. And then the sphere will pop up like around here. I should log in so I can show it, but this is where the sphere will be. It's like around this area. So the only downside is the quest is a little bit further of a run when you go to see the king, but I think it carries you through the town a little bit, so you get to explore, you know? And I also made a church for the nun. Dun, 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 dun. She used to be like over here, I think. Oh, this is the church. I should change the book color. It shouldn't be like red. It should be like, I don't know. Yeah, I think I like this a lot more. And then I just made some like blank plots for future expansions. Still a work in progress. But yeah, I think I like this a lot more. Because the main problem I think I had was you would log in, the sphere used to be like right here. So like the central experience was just running in there and doing stuff. And then it was kind of disconnected from the building experience. Because you had to like run to the right really far to like build stuff. And then you had to run to the sphere. So I think I'd rather people like run through their house. They recall. And I think I'll make some item where you can place it in your house or something. That changes your recall location to be just in your house. as like an advanced item. But yeah, I think I like this layout a lot better. At the very least, I think it's just at the very least, I think it is way cleaner. Also, I should change all these icons to be merchants. Anyways, that's the new town layout. But mostly what I've been working on is reworking the food system or the healing system to be food based now. And I made a few housing blocks, like there's a cooking pot now. So I still need to rework through the boss tables and I need to rework through the boss tables to make sure they are all dropping the right stuff. All right, that's stuff. This is I think I was doing this pretty much. I need to rebalance the food items, and then I need to go through drop tables. Yeah, this is what I was working on. This one. This is kind of a subtask of that. So we'll go loot.go. Let's look at this one. Who uses this? This is for the Goopy Grove dungeon. What's up, Synapse? Current player numbers? I think it's like 4 right now or something. I can look if you want. No, the game got banned at the middle school that played it. So, wait, where is my? Oh, here it is. Yeah, I think there's like 2 people on right now. So it's not that much, but people still play consistently. Like a few people will play it every day. But yeah, it's like it ranges between like 0 and 5 or something like that, probably. Yeah, the middle schools it got banned at, so sometimes the kids can like find a way around the blockers on their computers, but most of the time I think they can't, or they have to do something like really weird, or they do something, it works for a little while, and then it breaks in the future. So yeah, it's kind of a mess. There was a time when I tried to make different URLs accessible or like do things that help them bypass it, but I kind of gave up on that. It's just not. It's a lot of pain, and it's not that worth it because it's gonna get blocked again. Problem with kids is they have no money. Exactly. They just beg for stuff. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, it is what it is. Okay, let's I guess let's go through these. The problem I have is that I want to like reuse the drops from normal crabs for like cool crab, for example. I could make him always drop a fibrous meat, I guess. But it's like it's like I have this loot table for crabs. Like the problem with loot tables is it's just a massive configuration nest It's like, how much customization do you need? And I've tried so hard to make it easy to customize, but there's always some like breaking point. Because it's like, do I make this table inside of here like a separate table and then I can use it over here as well? So it's just kind of hard. I don't really know how to structure it. But right now, boss loot is kind of broken into 2 tiers. It's kind of like the first. This is like items. This is like rare items, I'd say. Or not rare items, it's like boss items. And then this is like, the second one is like not, I don't want to call it like filler items, but this is like non-boss items, like generic equipment or resources or things like that. But I don't want to like manually list every single item, if that makes sense. So it would be nice to just say like, oh, and you can get a crab loot because it's a crab boss. So like it makes sense that you can just get a crab loot. But like I don't want these percentages, if that makes sense. The only thing I can think of is if I change is if I combine loot table 100, which is like a percentage based, and loot table into one type, and then, no, that's super hard though. I was thinking I could make it one type and then have a percentage in it inside of it. Because right now this is like you get 30, you don't have a guaranteed chance to get these. But for a boss, I feel like I'm gonna guarantee you some loot. Or I just throw like 3 crab loot rolls in here. And you might get 3 fibrous meat, or you might get, you know what I mean? That could maybe work. Then I'm reusing the table, but it's just I don't know. It's tricky. It's like if I want to it's like if I want to guarantee an item. I don't know. It's almost like I want this contents, but like here. But I want it to be a loot table, not a loot table 100. But then keep the ratios the same. But then they can't get Sandy Shore special, but I think that that's okay because it already has boss items. But then if I ever want to add something here, I feel like there's a better way to organize this. I just cannot think of it. Like there's got to be a way that makes this way more compositional. But on one hand, it does kind of feel good because it's like, oh, you get a Sandy Shores resource, or you get a chance to get Sandy Shores resource. You get a chance to get a generic food. You get a chance to get this. My cats are chasing each other. Then one of them ran into the window. I just don't like how duplicated it is. I wonder if I do this. Let's just let's do a little mock-up here. We'll do this. We'll do a loot table. We'll call this var crab resource. So this is the loot table for dropping a crab resource. And this is all this rate will always stay the same. And then I can customize what percentage chance I want. Like, because right now this is 30, 40, 45% chance to get a drop, right? And that's mostly dictated. Like, there's two things. One of them is the ratio inside the table. Like, I can divide all of these by 5 and it'll be the same thing. That'll be a 1. This will be a 2. This will be a 6, I think. Right, so there's the ratio of like each individual thing inside of it. But then in here, I just need to make a function on loot table, which returns a loot table 100. A loot table 100 is just like, it adds a none table inside of it. Or I really don't need to convert it. No, you do, because I need to have well, hold on. I mean, technically I can just do this. Hold on, I'm trying to think. Originally I was thinking I can just append a none table to this, right? At the percentage that I want. But the problem is it doesn't factor in these. Because this is a 100% chance. Like, it's going to pick one of these options. And then to make it a percentage based, I need to add some like none block in here. So it's kind of tricky. Like, if I wanted this to be a 45% chance for none, like, how do I add a function that does that? Bum, 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 bum. I can make another loot table type. That does this logic, but just has it built in. It's so tricky. Still haven't resolved the screen flicker? No, I have not yet. I updated today before I streamed and then restarted and then tested it, immediately flickered, so kind of screwed. I don't know what's going on. It's such a like niche problem, so I'm gonna have to install Ubuntu or something. Actually, I think it's this AUR package that I use for multi-streaming. Actually, I wonder if Arch Linux. I haven't even like looked for this. I'll look into it afterwards. I'm not gonna go down this rabbit hole right now. I want to solve this problem. I already have my screen minimized, so. How would I want to specify this in here? I would want to say like I want 45% chance to get a like that's what I would want to do. Thanks, Mysterious. Welcome. Sounds super interesting. Are you using Go for the backend or also for the client? I use it for both the backend and the front end. So yeah, the front end is the more complicated part because backend is like a pretty common use case for Go. So then on the front end, I use OpenGL for the desktop version of the client, and then I use WebGL for the browser version of the client. And then I use WebRTC for networking, if possible. Otherwise, I fall back to WebSockets. The problem with this layout is it's too nested. Also, this takes that takes an any. And I guess I could do like something like this, make a type that's just single that does that part. It just says 45% chance to roll this table. Though I don't really know how this is going to, like the problem is I use, these are all integers. I guess I could multiply by, instead of going out of 100, I could do it out of 1,000. And then I get like 1 decimal point, which is probably enough. You try LTS? No, I haven't. I genuinely haven't even like Googled if people have this problem. So I've done literally nothing for trying to resolve it. So we can do chance like that. I'm gonna make it a float 64. I mean, I can give as many decimal points as I want, I guess. The tricky part though is I'll have to do this. Oh, but it's in any. So it's maybe I just make this as a loot table for now. Just to simplify. Um, so this gives me the full table though. So then the trick is I need to add a I need to add a new element to this table. I don't know if I can actually. Can I add? I usually have all the stuff filled out and then I then I generate the loot table weights all at once. But yeah, all I have to do is do this. I just have to say, instead of just get, we'll do that. And then we'll do, this is a loot table though. We want to do append. Append. I don't know, none table. It's going to be super similar to this function, which just adds the table. But we have a none table already. It's called nothing loot table. What was loot items? It's just it's so vague, but it's like, it is what it is, I guess. I feel like I should break it up into tiers though. I should do like an item chance and then a, like I almost made it too flexible, I think. So I need to do something like this. So I'll loop through every single one. The thing is though, is that these are 100% currently, and they need to become a certain percentage. Man, I suck at math sometimes. I think it's just too early. Yeah, we slice clone, we append the none item. All we need to calculate is this nothing probability. So let's see. We have we'll have to add these up, and that's the total. So it's 6 plus 2 is 8 plus 9, or plus 1 is 9. So we have a 9. That's our starting for this example. Let's just say the percent chance is going to be 45.2 or 1, 2. So then we want to do, let's add a check up here. If percent chance is greater than 100, Okay, so we have this. So then we have the well, hold on. I'm trying to think, is this going to be the percent chance to drop, or I'm just going to say a respec drop chance or something like that, or so then the percent chance is like 45.2. And then I want to say what? I want to say is going to be percent chance. Let's uncomment these. So we have total. We'll just do total. Is 9, let's say. Oh, actually, we've already I mean, I'll just do that for that one. Percent chance that gets passed in. Let's say it's that. And then we have the calculation part, and that's going to be the nothing probability is going to be 100 minus the percent chance. That'll be the nothing table. And then we just need to scale. Then we need to scale we either need to scale the nothing probability down, which I can't really do if I want a high precision. So I have to scale them up, yeah. So we have the percent chance. We need to scale the, I'm gonna clone this here so I can just start modifying it. The only thing I want this to be is cloned. Yeah, okay. I do need the total, so I do have to do 2 loops anyways, I guess. Man, I just have no idea what this equation is going to be. Like in my head, it makes sense. It's like I need the total of all of these things to go to 40. Okay, I think I know it now. So then the scale factor is going to be the total divided by the percent chance, roughly. Obviously the types are all wrong right now, but we'll get that sorted. Because it's like my total, let's say my total's like 10 right now, but the percent chance is, no, it's the opposite of this. Percent chance is like 45. The total is 10. Then it's like we need to scale the total by this amount by 45 divided by 10 to get it to go to 45. Yeah, so this will end up being like 4.5, and then we can multiply total, which is 10, by 4.5 to get 45. Okay. So that's a scale factor. And then we just need to go and do this. I think. Okay, then I need to decide when am I going to convert to integers versus floating point. It feels better in my head to do everything in float and then convert to int like right here. So nothing probability is going to be that. So we'll scale this up by the decimal scale. So we get 1 decimal point basically. So we're going to the thousands. Or a percent chance it's already a float. Or no, this, why would I scale this? Because this is just the scale, this is just the ratio of percentage chance to the total. Yeah, okay. And then in here, I guess we do have to scale it anyways, but because we need to convert it to a like into the thousands rather than the hundreds. And this is going to be this, and it's already scaled for us. I mean, it's so strange. I don't know if this is right, but I think this is right. Let's just go ahead and make a little test here, though. We'll just do the crab resource table. Set drop chance 45.2. And then we'll just verify that these look correct. Oh, this is going to break though. And then when I have this percent type, all I have to do is call that one function, which I might have wired up already, but I don't know if I did. Actually, now I'm worried I didn't do this at all. I might make this a function that returns. I might do like with drop chance and just have it return the. Oh, wait, I didn't look at the. All right. Here's our printout. It's kind of hard to read though. Though I think every first number is the probability and the second one is the is either the table or it's the item ID. So let's investigate this crab resource. Okay. So we have 6, and then we have this table. Then we have 2. We have the generic food table. And then we have 1. And that's our individual item table. And then this gets scaled up to 301, 100, 50, and then this is the none table. All right, let's do some, or hold on, how do I want to do this? Do I have a calculator? I should use the Emacs calculator, but it just messes me up so much. Okay. So we'll do 301, we'll do 100, we'll do 50. We'll add those. 451, 548. That's about 1,000. So it's off by like 1 decimal point, I think, total. What's up, Beantoad? Guess this question's been asked many times. When do you release on Steam? I'm planning for August right now. I'm going to try to do the next fest in July or something like that. And then I'm going to try to release in August, just after it. But right now I'm working through like unifying. Like I feel like I have a bunch of good systems, but they're a little bit disparate. So I'm trying to unify them all into like a more cohesive game. And then we'll do a big beta test for a couple months and I'll add a bunch of content and then I'll try to release it. That's the plan, at least, though. Okay, so we have 999, which is our total. 548. Or really, I want to do 548. 999 and divide those. 54%. 54.8. Yeah, I guess I know that because it's this. So then you have this one, which used to be 2. And this used to be 1. And then we have 6 times. So at least these are staying relative to each other. And then this seems to take up the opposite because it's like 45.1. Or no, I had 45.2, didn't I? I can't even remember now. Yeah, I did 45.2. Okay, so I think this works then. I'm trying to do the other calculation though. Like I want to see like 301 turn into 6. But I'm not really sure how to do that. 301. 6. I guess that makes sense, right? Because if this was a 1, like the ratio is still the same. 6 divided by 1 is the same as 301 divided by 50. Like if I did 301 divided by 50, it should be about 6. If I did 301, oops. 301 divided by 100. Wait, why does it give me a 3 though? That should be a 2, shouldn't it? 301, 100. So this one seems wrong. I can't help but feel like there's like an easier way to think about this, and I'm just like too dumb to realize it. Yeah, how could this scale up differently? Because the same scale factor is getting used to multiply every single one. Or am I just thinking about this wrong? Six to 2. Oh, wait a second. No, I'm just thinking about this wrong. It's because it's 6 divided by 2 is 3. 100, yeah. So if this was 600, then this would be 200. Okay, so that is correct. Okay. I guess I think this works then. All right, I'm gonna change this function though. This is gonna return a it's gonna return this. And then here I'm just gonna do t.table.get with drop chance with a t.chance or whatever. Okay, now I should be able to do this. So now in this, I can define like a percentage roll. So that's pretty nice, I think. Or really, I could make a function here that's like %.get or something. Maybe I should just do that. I don't have the p.table, p.chance. Oops. Okay, now we have that. And then there's one other place. Yeah, so we say 45% chance to get this. And then the ratios are all fixed. So I can just think of this as like, these are all the drops you can get. And then I can say, and I want to be able to tweak like what chance you have to get it. Because now I can do stuff like this. Like if I get a cool crab. Before I was like copy pasting this resource table. But now I think I can do this. Loot table. Now I think I can do this. I can do loot.crab resource. Or I would really just do this. Hold on. I would do what does this take? Oh, it takes that. Okay. I could make this take an any though and look it up. So I don't have to do .get everywhere. But anyways, I could do like 80% chance or like 100% chance to get this loot.percent. What's up, Dozy? How's it going? I'm gonna make a this. I'm gonna say if percent chance is 100. I'm just gonna return that little short circuit. Or really, if I'm gonna do, I mean, yeah, that's the same thing functionally as just doing this, I guess. So that's fine. Do I like this? I don't know. I do think I want to change this to receive an any. Though, let me just see how that would look. Sorry, I just want to get all this stuff like figured out so that when I'm going through and like updating these loot tables, it's not like super painful, because right now it's super painful. I just have so much like duplicated stuff, and I've been trying to centralize it because loot table management is just a massive pain. So I'm trying to like make little tables of like specific things. Like this is a resource dropped by a crab, so then I can drop it from any crab. And then I want to be able to like say this is an elite crab, so that drops it at this rate. This is a whatever crab, so it drops it at this rate, you know? So I'm trying to figure out ways to like do that. But it's not super easy, because you can also see that like, oh, what if I want to have a, I don't know, does this even make sense? Like if I want to have like a special monster, I can have them drop this table at whatever percentage I want, and then I can have them drop some other special item at a reduced percentage, you know? The only thing I can't really do yet is if I want to make it so you like choose between two tables, but to do that, I would just use this, I think. like you're choosing between two tables based off of a percentage. I don't know. Getting closer, at least. Hold on. Does this get called anywhere other than the config part? Yeah, this is only used for because I don't think I really have a use case where I'm dynamically going to be choosing between like generating a loot table. Hmm. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and leave this one. I'm going to, I think I have a thing called auto like common behaviors or something. I know I do this in a lot of spots. Like I think if I just look for this, I'll find it. Yeah, wherever this is. Static loot roller. So we'll pass in the roles. Does this need to be a pointer? That's what the other one is. So, I mean, I guess it'll be a pointer. Yeah, it is. Okay. I think it's shouldn't be, but I think it is right now. So that's okay. Then I just need to for loop through each of these, and then each of these is either this type. Whoops, that's a case. Do a type switch. So it's that, or it's a case dot percent or something. Yeah, so make a list of the final roles that are going to be passed into this component, and then depending on what it is, we can just type switch and then do it. If it's default, we're just going to panic. This, I mean, this is all config. This is code just to configure like static data for the game, so it's not super like if it panics, it's always panicking in my build. So pgen.table, why is this? Oh, because this is a list. Oh, final roles. That was just the wrong variable. Okay. Okay, I think this actually works now. So now I do a static roller function, and I can just pass in whatever I want. I mean, this is what? This is a loot table, so we should just add a loot table as well. So now I can just pass the loot table in, and I can just pass, this is a loot table as well. But if I wanted it to be a percent, I can do loot.percent, like 45. And now this table drops at a 45% chance. And I think this stuff is all just old now. That's so much neater. I think we're on to something, guys. Cool, so now I can have like custom tables like this defined in the object. Percentaged item roll. This is just, yeah, that was because of that, all right. It does suck because now I have to not that I necessarily need to migrate all of these over, but like eventually I probably should. But yeah, I think this works. Does it build? New table. Oh, I need to do .get. Oops. And this we already verified, so we can delete this. What's up, Jen? How's it going, buddy? All right, well, this is building. I'm gonna go to the bathroom really quick. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Made some oatmeal as well. I like how I called it the Wizarding Tower. Okay, let's see. I like this. I like this. I like, well, hold on. I wanted this to be 100%. So I like that now. Yeah, so now we can just drop, like this is super cool. We can just drop like a crab resource from this boss and use the same exact table that we defined another spot. Let me verify this is correct. This used to be like 45, didn't it? Yeah, 45, okay. So now this is simplified as well. Can I do it for this one as well? What would that be? That would be something like this, right? This would be like, I mean, would it be like Sandy Shore's equipment or something? Maybe this is something that's better left for this sort of case, because I'm not really sure where I would reuse that. Because it's like I'm giving you two roles. One of them's for a crab resource, and one of them's for like, I guess you could call it like crab item or something. But I don't really think I would, because I'm already doing a boss equipment role for tier 0. The only thing is it won't drop the Sandy Shore special. So I could include that here, but it feels like I'm just duplicating the tables too much. Like I think this mirrors, because it's like equipment role and resource role. Okay. I'm fine with it. We added this one, which I like. We did that, and we added this, which I do like. All right, those three that we're working on. And then that was just a new line, I guess. All right. Let's go through each of these. Well, hold on. Either go through each of these and split them up by default, and then, or I might just do as I do every boss, because I need to go through every boss and rework their drop tables for the resources. Let's do this first. We're gonna go through all the things that drop tier 0 apothecary. I'm gonna try to go roughly in order. Like we'll do Luminous Cavern next because all right, so this is gonna be this will be a jellyfish resource. Oops, that's supposed to be an equal sign. The other nice part is it's nice to just have one number that tells you what percentage drop a table is. And I don't have to change these at all because this is still the same scalings. I might just go through these really quickly. Let's just go through these so I have them. Otherwise, I'm just hopping between files too frequently. We'll batch these together. Oops, typo. There's the slime loot. This one I don't love because it's super similar to the slime loot table, but I don't really have a good way to simplify it, I don't think. It's just like the same table, but it's drops honey, but I think that that's okay maybe. Because now I can have like small bees and big bees that have different different chances. Mushroom resource. Stone golem resource. Okay. The deer I'm gonna leave because it's not a boss. I'm right with farm. It sucks because I really need to do the shard rework too, so I can have some of these drop in earlier biomes as well. I wonder how hard that changes. It's basically just making a few new shard items or crystal items, and then letting you consume them only if you're up to a certain level. I had a Go interview today and croaked at the last question not being able to sort a slice. Sort a slice of struct in place. It's over. Beppo's sad. Isn't there a standard lib function that does that? Like now that generics is out, it's like slices.sort or sort.slices or something like that. I know one of them was before generics and one of them was after generics. I'm sorry to hear that it went bad though. But sometimes what happens is if you do fine on everything else, they'll overlook like one little mistake. Filter the slice for struct based on the struct field. Oh. Yeah, I feel like I never use filtering. Or that's not true. I never use like, if there's like a built-in filter function, I've like never used that in Go. I always will just write a function and then like, or I'll always write a loop and then do like whatever checks I want to do inside of it. So if there's like a filter package or something, like filter.map or something like that, or map. Or no, map couldn't be a package, could it? Oh, this is sad. I need to make a separate table for the automatons, I think. But for now, I'm just going to mix them, and it is what it is. The reason they wanted me to do it with the counter of the index input, everything true at the beginning and return slice. Oh, I see what you're saying now. That sucks. It happens though. I've blanked in interviews before as well. I've blanked in interviews. I've done really bad at some interviews and still gotten the job. So that could be the case, but you never know. What is Enchanted Grove? What's in there? Oh, it's not. This is Centaur. The tricky part is like this is like there's so many levels to loot tables. It's super confusing. I'm gonna change it to Automaton Tinkerer. This is mostly for maybe I just would combine them. What's up, Falk? I'm new here. What are you working on in that game? I am, I don't know if you've seen my game at all, but I'm I'm updating loot tables. Right now I'm reworking how, I'll show you the game. I'll build it really quick. It might take a while because I changed all the stuff, but I'm updating the food and potion system so that like to build like a whole cooking system. So I'm changing potions to be like food basically. So I added a bunch of new foods, I added a bunch of new ingredients. So I'm having to go back and update all the loot tables for stuff. So I just changed how the loot table stuff works to make it more flexible. And so I can customize like who drops what at what percentage more easily, basically. But now I just have to go back through and update all of that. Yeah, this is the game. It's just like a indie bullet hell MMO sort of game, and you run around, fight stuff. There's tons of items, as you can see. This is just for development. There's tons of dungeons, and it's all online. Yeah, basically you like go in here, and this is a dungeon that you could get from a drop. And like you fight these guys, and I'm gonna die because I'm super weak. And this is like an in-game dungeon, but yeah. And there's some skill tree, myth board type stuff for leveling up. But yeah, that's the game. That is the game. Scorpion resource. Thank you, yeah. It's come a long way. Trying to make these loot tables more reusable so I can add them to the bosses basically as well. So we're doing that really quick, going through all the biomes, and then I'm gonna go update all the bosses. I almost wrote type. All right, wolf resource. Frost monster. Naming things is so hard, especially in games when you have like a bazillion things. When you have some category of thing. You end up with just frost monster. This one I will. Oh, this is different because it doesn't drop red meat. Oops. This will be a monk resource. All right, final tier of biomes. We'll copy that. Gemstone crab, that can stay the same because there's no upgraded version of that demon. We'll do this. Percent 45 demon resource. Oh, I thought this was going to be tier 5 equipment, but it's just materials. Perfect. Percent 45 ghost resource. All right, I think that's all of them. Wow. That was a big one. Hopefully I got it all. But if I'm sure someone's gonna tell me if they see some thing mixed up. But hopefully I didn't mix anything up. But you never know. All right, let's go through these now. This is kind of the new model. Before we had to do stuff like this, but now we can just say like, we want to drop an item or we want to drop a outsourcing. Yeah. I mean, there's so many bugs that make it through that it's kind of bad, but I think in early development, like it is, it's okay. That's what I tell myself, at least. I tell myself it's okay, but you never really know. Oops. So we got a pirate loot. Now we have pirate resources. My goal, I think, though, is I want to drop boss items, and then I want to drop like a resource and an equipment from like roughly the tier. So because it's a pirate, we'll do pirate resource. This is so that you don't like get nothing, you know? So we get a resource and we get a and we get an equipment. Hold on. What did I do in Cool Crab? Boss equipment roll. Yeah. Oops. Yeah, so because it's a tier 0 dungeon, we'll get a tier 0 roll and we'll get a pirate resource. And I think I'm gonna compose the filler, quote unquote filler loot tables like that. All right, cool. And then there's like always gonna be a custom loot table because this is a boss, so he's gotta have a custom loot table. Anyways, like there's no way to combine that with anything. So. Cool. I think that works though. All right. It'll be nice to get rid of some of these tables. Like this one doesn't exist, it doesn't get used anymore, so we can remove it. I'm gonna put all the legacy ones in one area. Gear tables I kind of have to maintain because it's like, what's the tier 0 equipment that we might drop? The boss ones we kind of have to keep. Generic food, that's a new one, yeah. So let's keep. Yeah, there's a lot of loot tables. All right. Yeah, it's mostly these that need to get upgraded, so. All right, let's do tier 0 apothecary. Which is like the same kind of pattern. It's like, which is like more, this is just way more consistent. But it's like before I had like an apothecary table and the idea was to drop like potion making ingredients. But now I just lump it into like the resources that get dropped from a particular mob type. All right. Luminous Cavern is next. All right, we'll have this one. Tier 0 boss item, and then we have a loot.jellyfish. resource. It's weird I did forest biome loot table. Because I was trying to drop like one up. But I think I don't like that really. But we can always customize it. I think this is the direction I want to go though. All right, let's do Elder Tree Forest, I guess. This one has a guaranteed drop as well. So we'll do a static loot roller. So always drop, this is a boss that always drops Elderwood basically. Boss equipment tier 1. And then we have loot dot It's weird because I in this biome it's mostly slime monsters. Or no, hold on. This is Fungal Grove. So I'm just gonna do mushroom. Mushroom loot, and that drops forest biome loot table, I think. Or it doesn't drop that exact table, it drops like mushroom resource drops, yeah, Fungal Grove resources, okay. At some rate, perfect. All right, what's the next one in order? Stoneheart, maybe? Or sorry, I think it's like new, or no, static loot roller. This is our rock shard. Then we have a boss equipment, and then we have, I almost feel like because I'm dropping a resource here, I shouldn't drop. It would be like rock golem or something, golem. Or golem, stone golem. Resource. It does feel a little weird to drop that, but I think I can always decide later on if I want to do that or not. All right, let's do Elder Tree Forest. Oh no, sorry, not Elder Tree. I wanted to do Elfwood. Yeah, this one's you get either Windleaf or, so this is kind of a resource, but it also drops a special too. So we'll do a leaf sword and we'll do one thing I don't love about this is that the elf drop table now has, so if I do loot.elf, it's dropping a wind leaf. So what I might do is I might do might just make this a 50% drop. That's that. And then we'll do loot dot boss. I can't remember what it's called. Boss equipment roll tier 2. Oh, it's right there. I don't know why I didn't catch that. All right. I mean, really, the leaf sword. The problem is the leaf sword gets used to make the Lorendel's Reach bow, and so people need them. So I tried to make it like a high drop rate. It's just hard to, I don't know. Like, I don't want people, like new players, feeling like, oh, I'm gonna get this like once every 5 runs, so I need I need 3 of them, so I need 15 runs just to get this one item. So this is like you need to do 6 runs basically, which is not terrible. Let's do this one next. Emacs does some of the weirdest stuff sometimes. Like why when I go here, it splits this window? Like I never want that behavior. We'll drop a slime resource, we'll drop an equipment. Tier 1. All right, now this loot table is no longer used. Perfect. We'll do this one. This is ancient ruins, so we need to do I think I call it automaton resource. Yeah. Get rid of that. Perfect. We have horned labyrinth. And then we do a centaur, or centaur resource, sorry. Perfect. Even though it's technically a minotaur boss, it's like close enough to centaur, I think, that it fits. Okay, I've got this one is no longer used. Perfect. All right, let's do Anubis. Got a static loot roller. Equipment, and then loot dot, I think I called it mummy resource. And this one also has beetle leaf and fragment chitin. But I think that those now, well, it's got a high drop chance for those, I guess. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, these are both, what was the other one? Chitin fragment. I think that drops generally enough though, that this is not a big deal. Like, I wonder if even scorpions just drop this now. I don't know. Desert loot table, and then T1 apothecary, and then, yeah, we'll just do this for now. Because Anubis is kind of a part of like the ancient Egyptian biome, so. All right, we'll do scorpion. Got this one, and then we've got a scorpion. Scorpion resource will be guaranteed. We have silted layer. I'll do this, and then we have worm loot. Worm loot. Cool. All right, now mountain biome. Berserker's Bane now is more of a generic ingredient, I think, though. But let me confirm. Actually, I don't know if it is. Let me just add a note. I don't know. That's kind of weird. It's kind of like an old new ingredient. Like it's an old ingredient that, but it's not inside the drop tables. I could put in the Brimfang, the wolf drop table though. Maybe I should just do that. Hold on, wolf. Wolf resource. Oh no, I do drop it here. So does Berserker's Bane. Okay, perfect. Love it when a plan comes together. All right, so then all of these are captured, I think. All of like the things are possible to hit. And now it's not like you get 4 drops. Perfect. All right. Let's go back to mountain. This is gonna be the monk. This is the monk boss. We have static. Loot roller. Oh, it's interesting. Oh, this one had so many drops in their table that I put the abilities as a secondary thing. That's so interesting. I guess I'll just make this a proper loot table. Two, three, 2, 3. This is loot table 100 though. Hold on. Percent 20. We'll do that. All right, that should capture these. This should be inside the monk one already. Unless I was super inconsistent. Then we have monk resource. Percentage table roll. Yeah, all this stuff goes away now. Very cool. All right, Ice Queen. It's really just 2 things. You get equipment and then you get loot.ice warrior resource. Right now this one's migrated. Volcano biome loot table. All right, this is succubus. Swiftwing should be integrated, I think. Actually, what was the one in the monk? I might need to look at the diff. Because I could have swore there was a I could have sworn there was a monk 100% drop item. I don't remember what it was though. Let's make sure Swiftwing is inside the lava, or it's in the we have Hellfire Chili for this one, lava monsters. Yeah, Swiftwing drops there. All right, perfect. That's Swiftwing. And then we have the tier 5 loot. Loot dot demon resource. And all of these go away. Let me look at the diff really quick. It's called monk. What did it used to be though? Ability, which we kept. Oh, we dropped Swiftwing as well. But now monks have the Zen tea leaves that get dropped. So I think I might just keep it as that. I think I'm gonna keep the Swiftwing as the demon biome drop. That's fine. Okay. Did we finish Succubus? All right, cool. That looks good. Thank you, Finno, for the follow, man. Appreciate it. All right. Only a few more loot tables to go. I think once we finish these ones, I think these ones will be done. Except for maybe a few. Actually, does this one get used? That one doesn't get used anymore. This one gets used in a few spots. Yeah, just in tier 5. This one's probably done then. All right, cool. All right, well, let's do volcanic mines now. And then this is just gonna be loot dot what? Dwarf I'm actually not really sure why I don't have this. Or no, it's called lava monster resource. Because this biome has lava monsters and it also has dwarves. I might my goal is to separate this stuff out though more. So like the dwarves have a little bit of customization to them. But this is technically a dwarf boss, so maybe it does make sense to just separate these immediately. Oops, not that one. Or no, yeah, that one. All right. Let's do Twilight Forest. I'm surprised it's not in, this one doesn't get used for Awakened at all. All right, this one's a little bit of a weird one. Because this one has 2 bosses, so like, and depending on which one you kill first, you get the loot of the second one. So yeah, we just need to customize both of these. You get a tier 5 equipment, and then you get, well, I only have ghost resource right now, so you get that. And it'll be the same for both of them. So that does simplify some things. Oh, what is this one? This is the default drop, so I can customize that one as well. So we'll do loot.ghost resource. Oh, because it's this. Wrong one. All right. All right, that's done now. All right, we have apothecary tables. This one still has it from Alavarg, and then this one has it in Awakened. Let's do Awakened. We'll do loot.ghost. Ghost resource. Sometimes I have a typo and I'm just like, I just want to give up and like delete the entire word and retype it. All right, cool. The thing I kind of learned about boss tables is like, it's nice to get like a little bit of extra stuff, but I think some of my boss tables, I just put too much crap in there. And most people do bosses for the rare drops, not for like the filler drops. All right, Alavarg. Static loot roller. As you can see, this used to be my old way of specifying tables. It's super painful to have all of these like function calls. So I like this new way a lot more, where I just compose, like I just list all the tables I want. And then we have what is that? Based Emacs user? Yeah, you do use Emacs, yeah. I don't know if I'd consider myself based about it though. Just average Emacs user, I'd say. I don't mind Emacs. I kind of wish I learned Vim. It's just like whatever you learned first is or in my case, what I learned first was Emacs. And I think Vim is maybe a little bit nicer to use sometimes. But Emacs isn't terrible. There's just sometimes it like really gets in the way. Or it does or like I fat finger some hotkey and it gets me into some weird mode. Someone just needs to rewrite Emacs. Keep it the exact same in terms of like instead of being a modal, like Vim is modal based. You switch modes and you do different stuff. I really prefer to have like just one button press to do anything. Like I like the key chords feeling a little bit better. I don't really know what else to drop, but I don't really know if people care that much. I might just drop equipment. We'll usually get an equipment plus a resource always. I just don't know what resource I would drop here. Which boss is this? That's Alavarg, and then this is... Might do this. For me, anyone who got used to Emacs or Vim, NeoVim is based. I was not able to live the full keyboard dream. Yeah, I'm all the way down the rabbit hole. I even have a split keyboard. So it's too late for me. Save yourself while you can. It's all over for me though, unfortunately. Oops, I did not want to click that. I have an Iris 6 or something. Iris 6 or something like that. Oh, revision 6. This is the one I have. I do like it a lot. Where's the, there's like new versions though. I had this for a while. It's lasted a while though. But now they make hot swappable sockets, which they had at the time. You had to solder it in yourself. You had to buy them separately, which I wish I bought. Because then if a switch breaks, you can just like plug a new one in. Yeah, but like Iris is like one of their, this is like roughly what it looks like. It looks like mostly like this pretty much. But I do like it. I really like the thumb buttons are super helpful. And then I do like having some pinky buttons. So, but like having control down here is really painful. So like I do control on my caps lock, right? And then alt, I make this alt. One thing I wish I did, wait, did I do that? I guess they did it the same here. They did enter on the left and then space on the right. But the problem with that layout is that if you ever go play a video game, you need space to jump. And enter is like you never use it. So if the game doesn't let you rebind stuff, you're kind of screwed. So I don't know, I maybe would have preferred to have enter on the right side and space on the left side. I don't know though. I use this as alt and this as my like my super key. Then I have layers here. So I do like it though. How long did it take you to get used to the thumb cluster? That's what's holding me back from switching to a split keyboard like that. Not that long, honestly, because it's only for like modifier stuff. But the downside with doing a split keyboard is you're gonna get used to it, and then you're gonna go on a laptop, and it's not gonna be split, and then you're gonna have to like go back to your old way of programming. And then the other problem is, where is it? The layout for this particular one is ortholinear, so everything's a column, like they're not staggered at all. Like usually keyboards have like the E is in between these buttons, you know? But in this one, it's completely straight up and down. So you'll get used to that as well. Like the buttons are just off by a little bit. So it's like, it's just another thing you have to get used to, I guess. But yeah, no, I love having thumb buttons because like on a normal keyboard, you only have your space bar for your thumb. And you have two thumbs that are doing like nothing. And they're your strongest finger. So your strongest finger is there to hit like spacebar every once in a while, you know? So it's like, do I really need that? So you have one thumb on spacebar and then one thumb on Enter or Alt or, you know, like whatever you want. So I have Kinesis Advantage 360 and playing games with is not fun. Yeah, I just have a second, like, because I don't really play too many games that frequently. But if I do, I bring out a separate keyboard. So I have like a keyboard number 2, which is just a regular, like, it's like what? I can't even remember the brand. It's just a regular like mechanical keyboard, nothing special. Why did this get commented out? Wait a second. What is this? Oh, this is Undercourt. Okay. That dungeon does not exist yet. Okay, let's delete all these. We migrated our loot tables finally. I do need I'm gonna make a special section for like Alivard. I'm gonna say and I'll just do an Alivard resource for all of these. But yeah, it really didn't. I mean, it's hard to say now because I've been using a split keyboard for so long, but it didn't feel that hard. Like it didn't really mess me up that much. And I type on a laptop every once in a while, and it never really messes me up. Except for me like wishing I had my split keyboard, you know. But I think what you could also do, and this is what I want to do, I want to buy like one of those what are they called? They're called like Windows tablet computer thing. Surface, maybe? Sorry, I can't share this because it's going to be like, oh, do you want to buy this at your local grocery store? Yeah, like imagine this. Imagine bringing this around, but then also bringing like, because there's no keyboard on it. So you bring this and then you bring a split keyboard. That's my dream. I don't know what this is. Oh, this is a co-pilot button. That's insane to me. Like I ever want to, like that's so ridiculous. Gosh. Like I'm ever gonna be like so stuck in the weeds that I'm like, no way, that's insane. Wait, what is it? That's such a I mean, I guess it's in a spot that I don't care about that I'll never use, so it's okay, but like I personally never use the right buttons that are down there. Unless I'm really desperate in Emacs for an alt. That's insane. Yeah, but like imagine having a Surface, a Microsoft Surface, but then having a split keyboard that you can bring with you. But like maybe low profile switches and keycaps. And then like some way to like stick your splits together, your two split halves together with a magnet or something. And then you pop it out, split your keyboard, and you're good to go. That'd be so cool. The problem is then you have to buy a Surface, like a Windows laptop. So. What do you mean? Windows is the future of agentic OS and it will be good. They promise that. It's just that like, I don't know what, I can't imagine me ever being in a situation and like needing to hit a button to have Copilot like come to the rescue that quickly. Like I need to be able to push a button and have the K key come out, like the K button come out, you know, like I need this feature. But like Copilot has to be an app on the computer. So like you gotta imagine I can just like, oh, I need to go to Copilot and like ask some question. It's like, I'm just gonna go to like my browser tab for it or something, you know? Yeah, I'm not the biggest Microsoft fan, to be honest, but I think the only reason I haven't bought a Surface is just because I'm worried I'm gonna buy it and then not be able to install Linux on it or something. Like it's gonna have some like hardware lock thing, or like they're gonna make it so painful to install Linux that I'm just gonna be like, this is terrible. But maybe that's not the case. Maybe you can do it. I don't know. It just the Linux support would have to be really good for me to want to use it. So I'll stick with my. I have a ThinkPad that I use, but it's super old. It's super old. It's super slow. I can't even run my game at. It runs it at like 30 FPS. What were we doing? We were doing this. I think Alavar could drop some food. Did I have a I'm trying to remember if I had a resource that dropped from ghosts other than ectoplasm. I kind of want to make like a smorgasbord of regular food, of random foods. Let's just go through here and pick a few. And instead of using generic food table, because this I want to be more like, maybe I could also do this. I was thinking this is mostly for like low tier drops, but I could make a I could make like a random cooked food table and a random potion table or something like that. Pizza flavored potions. It's tasty, but I'm not 100% of the health benefits. Lenovo Yoga and Asus Zen Flip were cool laptops, like the 360 hinges. That would be cool. Yeah, you can do kind of the same stuff as the Surface, I guess. Also, welcome back from jail. I'll do tier 5 materials because that's pretty like, okay, you get a material maybe. We'll do generic food. Thank you, Marm, for the follow or the sub, man. I appreciate that. Means a lot. Thanks, man. So we'll go through and grab a few like random. I'm gonna get like generic, more like generic stuff for this, I think. Like mana jelly, food, apple jelly. Like what kind of stuff do wizards eat? We'll do a Sylvan steak. We'll do glow bread. Summer stew. Man, I'm never gonna get rid of this cough. Table for I'm just doing random ingredients. Is your persistence backend logic also running Golang? Is that a thing? Yeah, it is. Well, I use Redis as my database, which is kind of a weird choice, but that's the one I started with, so that's where I am right now. Yeah, all the backend stuff is in Go. All the front end stuff is in Go as well. They smoke Old Toby, the finest weed in the South Farthing. Sounds like Lord of the Rings. Old Toby. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go to ingredient. We'll do a red cap. Oh, this is ingredients. Hold on. Excuse me. Yeah, we'll do a red cap. We'll do a lotus flower. I'm gonna remove glow bread. I'm gonna do just a lotus flower. Wind leaf. We could do ancient salt. No, I'm gonna do Zen tea leaves instead. Because I'm gonna make ancient salt also drop from ancient, what's it called? I'll do Swiftwing. All right, let's go to potions. I'm just gonna pick a few of these. We'll do an armor potion, which is pretty low tier. I guess I only need to change the last word. We'll do a focus potion. And that's it. All right. Cool, so we have a little bit of random stuff. So most of the time, or 30% of the time, or not 30% of the time, because this is gonna be out of 100. The ratio is more like 3-to-1. Or what is it, 6? So half the time you're gonna get a material. A sixth of the time you get an apple or a mana berry, and then a sixth of the time I'm gonna merge. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna merge those because it's kind of just like random foods. All right, cool. This comes from the generic one. I could make this a 2, I guess. Why am I skimping? I might just do like a 30% for each of them. This should be rarer because these are kind of hard. I'll do this. I'm gonna do 3, 1, 1. That's 1 in 5 for a food item. All right, we'll do 3 and 5, 3 and 6 for material, 2 and 5 for a food item, 1 and 5 for a potion. I like that. Or hold on, let me just make sure this is getting used in both spots. Yeah, we have the boss Alavarg and we have the mini boss, the failed apprentice. All right, cool. All right, let's build. Man, that was a big change. Unknown. I probably have a boss equipment roll 1. Mushroom loot. Oh, mushroom resource. That's why you had panics, folks. All right, we did it again. Oh, I can't do a We'll do 50% for this. I guess that's fine. It's not worm loot, it's worm resource. All right, there we go. All right. I think I realized the last time we were in town that I was missing a few art assets. Is it just these 3? It's just the 3 potions. Oh, and steak. All right, let's go draw those really quick. This is going to be in static tagged. Then we're going to have a food file someplace. Oh, we just need to do a steak, which is just going to be I mean, it's going to be this, but without the greenery. I might make it darker. I'm worried these are too similar, but maybe it's okay. Whatever. We can always resprite this stuff as well. Okay, we got that one. I hope this shows potions consumables. Do I have a potions file? I think it's in consumables. Let me just look. Yeah, I do not. All right, so it'll be one of these. And we have 3, I think. We've got, let's say I've already colored a few as well, which is kind of nice. This can be I don't remember what I need to look up what the sprite names are going to be. Pochon, unbinding, consumable unbinding, and then we've got armor, we've got critical we need to add. I'm gonna go for like a purple color. Yeah, this is a good critical one. And then there was one more, or was that the yeah, I think it was just those two potions, because I'm pretty sure the other thing that was missing art was just the stake. Sorry, this is probably flashing. Let's go see if we see any red X's. It looks like we got it all. All right, cool. Let's push our art changes. Whoops. Does ice cream drop a pet? Frosted egg. What does that turn into? I genuinely do not remember. Oh, frost thing. It's that little like now I remember. Okay. It's that little like dollop of like whipped cream looking creature. All right, make upgrade. We'll pull in the art changes, and then we can make a commit here. While that is doing that, we can review. I don't remember anything being wrong though. I remember everything being like, that works, that works. Yeah, that one was a little weird, but that one's just a weird one in general. Yeah, we had a few to-dos, I guess. Separate dwarf and lava monsters. But I already have a little bit to do anyway. Like, where is it? All right, we got rid of that. There was one. Yeah, in this area, I'm just gonna write I did make upgrade already. All right. Rebalance. Most loot tables. One thing I'm not sure of is the set pieces. Or is assets, auto, com, SP? SP? I genuinely do not remember. Wonder if I should do the same thing for these. Static loot roller and just throw in like the automaton. One weird part though is that yeah, like this is dropping like mana jelly, which doesn't really make sense anymore because this is more of a food item now. All right, let's go through these next. Let's go through them one by one, top to bottom. The one thing I'm not sure of though, I thought this was a thing. Oh, because this needs to be this. One thing that's tricky though is this guardian tier object. Do I use it? The question is, do I use this anymore? Do you have something like a schedule for streaming? I have to go soon. I almost always, or not almost always, I go in and out of streaming a lot and not streaming a lot, but I try to stream on Mondays every time, Mondays in the morning. But if I stream, it'll be around this time. So, but I don't stream every day. But if I stream, it'll be like maybe 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday or something. Hey, you're welcome to come back. But yeah, have a good rest of your day. I'll use Guardian tier for a lot of stuff, actually. I kind of want to get rid of it, honestly. I might just do that. All right, yeah, thanks, Rob. Thanks for coming by today. Yeah, have a good rest of your day. I'm gonna change. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of Guardian tier for now. Oh, it's already in Legacy. Perfect. I need to remove it as a ingredient for all recipes, and then I need to remove it as a drop everywhere. So let's do the ingredient part first. So for this focus potion, I need a second. I think I found it. All right, perfect. I'll do those later. I think I just wanted to make these more expensive, and so I made it take 3 things. So that's kind of stupid. That's kind of a bad reason to do that. You can no longer sell those. This is I don't think this is even a feature of the game anymore. This was before the housing, I think. Yeah, this was when you upgraded town, like the blacksmith and stuff. So I'm just gonna go ahead and remove this. Or I mean, technically it doesn't really matter. Okay, now it should just be in set piece drop tables. Perfect. All right. Now we can go to set pieces and we can safely just remove this. So this is the Centaur Captain. So we'll do Centaur resource. I'm gonna go ahead and just go one by one though. Oh, that one's in a different spot. Okay, yeah, we did this one already. It's automaton. Archer. Or we'll look for and we'll do loot dot elf resource. So it's kind of like equipment resource. Perfect. That actually mirrors super well. I like that a lot. Because it's kind of just a big mushroom. So you just get a guaranteed drop. The only downside is you can't get special items, but I guess that's okay for now. Let me write that as a note. Getting lost in my... SPs never drop. I mean, I can still do it. It just drops from there. Yeah, I think it should be a part of the equipment. Well, thank you, Turbofish, for the follow, man. Appreciate it. Welcome. All right, we'll do worm resource there. I don't know how I got to that one. We did mushroom resource there already. This is the crypt. Oh, this is for the ghost set piece. Your organization is very impressive. Oh, thank you. You make enough mistakes, you end up solving all your organizational problems. There's been a lot of rewrites though, so. Ghost resource. Oh, you're active MD. Yeah, I was using Obsidian before. There's this really nice plugin to visualize it, and you can see like your whole box list. It's called Kanban. So if you want to have like a Kanban board view, you can do stuff like this. The problem I was having and why I moved to just like the backing of this just gets stored as a markdown file. Like these are the same thing that's just visualized different. But I had so much trouble in Obsidian. I'd have to like click things, copy paste them to split them. So it's a lot easier just to have things grouped like this and then just like move things around. And then I'm in one application all the time. I'm not like switching between them. So. I'm glad I made the move. What is this? Loot.daemon resource. Unless I'm seeing I can do most stuff with Markdown and VS Code. Yeah. That's kind of the point that I got to as well. One thing that is nice about it though is it has that graph view, or I don't know what it's called, canvas maybe, or something like that, which is nice for making block diagrams. And I've used that sometimes just to like work out crafting trees and stuff like that. There's not really a good markdown equivalent for something like that, you know? So, and I don't even know if there was, if I'd wanted to be typing box diagrams everywhere, you know? So, or maybe it would be cool. It would be cool because I think that, do I ever want cycles in something like that? You know how in, this is obviously a really bad Git tree, or it's not a very representative of what I'm trying to say, but I don't even know if this is a good idea. I was thinking, what's the best way to represent a tree in text? And I know people have like file tree type stuff. So I wonder if there was a way to do that. But I'm the only one that develops this, as you can see from my Git commits. So like, there's it's not much of a tree, but you can do like where's what's that one command? Is it called tree? Yeah. So like imagine this, right? You have like if there was an easy way in Emacs to do this, that would be super nice. Because then you could see like the crafting path of something. But would there ever be multiple ways to get to the same thing? I don't know. I've started vibe coding mermaid diagrams and we'll learn the syntax. Very nice. Yeah, I've used mermaid diagrams before. I guess they let you visualize it. But like it has to be rendered, doesn't it? Like doesn't it get rendered to something? Whereas sometimes I just want to like this is nice because like it's like the text format that I edit is the same as the text format that I look at. Whereas I think Mermaid, you have your text format you edit and then you have something you view it in. So it's nice when those things are like combined somehow. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm making sense or if I'm just crazy. This one's a not a boss fight anymore. This is just a seasonal event. So we'll do loot.mummy resource. It is rendered everywhere where you can see, where you can preview Markdown. VS Code, I would guess even in Emacs. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, you can definitely have like a, like I know there's modes in that you like toggle between viewing it and editing it. I just like viewing and editing it to be like the same exact thing. Like I don't have a rendered Markdown. This is like my rendered Markdown. But I see what you're saying, yeah. There's also something I discovered called Mark Win, and it's a way to make like Gantt charts and like diagrams like that based off of Markdown. It seems pretty cool. It seems like it has way more features than I would ever want though. So it's a little bit, it ends up being a little cluttered because they try to be too flexible, which is fine. I'm just if it ends up being a lot, I never end up using stuff like that. Loot dot. What is this? Dwarf. This is a lava monster. Loot. Finally, this set piece isn't really a dwarf. It's like a dwarven like golem thing. I keep going past this. This one is Elder Scarab. Loot.scorpion resource. Does Scorpion resource drop chitin? I wonder if it should. Otherwise, it's a boss drop, I think. Let me just keep a track of this thought. Does chitin need to drop from Scorpion resource? Or should it be a boss drop? I just need to look at the crafting path for it and remember. Grim Leadshank. Then we have loot.wolf resource. That's maybe a bad one because this is going to drop red meat. Split. I think the real truth behind this line item was I wanted to do split wolf to have a separate orc resource drop. Yeah, but right now I'm just gonna reuse it because we're trying to get closer. We're not trying to get to the final destination. Loot dot, what is this one? Ice Golem. This will be ice monster resource. Is it not? Is that not a thing? I think it's supposed to be a thing. I think I decided not to do it though because I didn't think I would need it. Oh, it's called Frost Monster. Okay. Because it's Frostvale Crest. So, all right, cool. What was I doing? All right, we're in set pieces still. What is this? Iron Golem. Loot dot stone golem resource. Monk resource. I also think there's something to be said about having consistent drops. So like drop tables make more sense. There's always a point where projects become bigger than they can fit in your head. And that always scares me. Yeah, I'm the same. That's where it really like starts testing how well your abstractions you build end up being. What is this one? Oh, this is crab. Like that's so cool. Now I can like have crab resource just be a thing that drops. And now this crab can drop like crab meat or fibrous meat, I ended up calling it. But yeah, when I like as soon as it gets too big, well, I guess the way I program, I think, is I'll make something and then I'll have like a subsection of like then it gets pretty big and then I'll have a subsection of that where I'm like, okay, I can move all of this stuff to like one area and like encapsulate it somehow. And then it kind of manages itself and then it's like done, you know? It's like the networking stuff, for example. I had a bunch of like super scattered networking code and then I ended up consolidating it into one spot and then I haven't touched it in like 2 years probably. So I think that that's like the, not that there's like necessarily a correct way to do anything, but I think that's like a pretty good way to do stuff. All right, we did this already. Let me build so I can, because I have to, all right, whoops. Ow. It is a little confusing that I have like loot and I have a resource. This is like the resource portion of the monster loot table. Oops, sorry. I guess I don't need to test anything. I just need to build it. All right. Let me make a section because this is getting so big that I'm like kind of getting lost a bit. It's just like little decisions. Like, do I want to make it call it Vita Berry or Apple? I'm just gonna leave it as Apple. There's a lot of loot table changes. This one requires low tier shards split up though. I should push this. Where's my push section? Loot table improvements. Some things I don't really want to push though. Like this one I might push. That one I want to address. This one I might push. That one I push. That one I want to push. This is more of a rebalance thing. So this is a finalization task. But it's like the final finalization. Don't want to rework the quick heal hotkey. The problem is there's two ways I could do the quick heal. One of them is what I do now, which is where I loop through and pick the first food that's available. The nice part about that is it's deterministic. Like you know exactly what your next heal is going to be. And if there's any effect that applies to it, then that's kind of known. The other way I could do it is I could pick the most useful heal. So if you can heal 20, and the next heal heals you 30, I would skip that one and pick the next one. It's just kind of weird. I'm gonna leave it for now, I think. Nobody's ever complained about it. So I think but I think now that we have a lot of different potions or a lot of different foods, it might be a little bit more annoying. How long you worked on the game? Maybe like 4-ish years or so. Let's look at the chitin thing really quick. Silted layer drops it. It's used for potions, jewelry table, and then armor, but it takes a bunch. See, I think scorpions should drop it as well. Scorpion resource. A fragment. Yeah, that's good. Maybe make unprocessed food ingredients just all, okay, yeah. Oh, and make them stackable. Yeah, because the one thing I realized that's going to be a problem is I still remember the good old little island demo. Yeah, that was a long time ago. It's been a super fun project. I've learned so much by working on this. Working on this and then trying to build a programming language, those are the things I'd say are like the most I've learned the most from. We could probably do this one pretty quickly. This is just a loot question. It's just, where's backpack? You know, a pocketed cape, backpack medium, cape cargo, cape large, backpack large. Okay, that's fine. This is kind of a decision though. This is such a balancy decision as well. Because the problem is if you make food drop from the sphere, but you use it if you need it as an input ingredient for a recipe, then you have to, like, it makes the recipe more expensive because you can only bring so many like unstackable resources back. I feel like it's the right choice though, but I don't really have any evidence to base that off of. I'm gonna make them unstackable. I'm gonna move this to to the cooking section of future work. Just, I don't know, maybe I should just do it. Also, I wonder if the Elder Tree potion is too strong if I make it stackable. Because it's 60 seconds of boosted healing, so... I'm gonna make this one unstackable, I think. Just because it's a healing effect. And it's super easy to build as well. If it was expensive to build, then I might make it stackable. All right. I guess I do need to rebalance a little bit. Like I need to at least try. I don't think I've done any balancing. The potions are balanced, I think. Let's do food though. I think this one is, I don't think anything drops this. I think it's just an ingredient now. I guess it's purchasable. So we can make this heal 10. We'll make food heal 10, or I mean, apple heal 10. Mana, I might need to boost this a little bit. 10's not that much mana. Yeah, I'll do 15 for mana. Okay. Fiber speed, I'm gonna keep it 10 because I think I'm gonna make it so that unprocessed foods that just drop are super weak. I'm gonna do 5 and 10. Mana jelly should be 20. I just realized I can make a potion that restores mana over time. Okay. I think 15 is pretty good for this. It's just weird. I don't know if I love the fact that some foods have the same healing amount. I mean, I guess I kind of have been going up by 5. I could go up by like 18 or something. This one's slightly more expensive. I'll do 17. Drunken chicken. Honey apple's kind of hard to build, so I think I'm fine with it being 25. Or is it? Because bees just drop honey. Granite berry. Oh, this one's a little awkward. Oh, this is mana. Let's just add a note so I remember. It's just this one's not very thematic because it's like, oh, you just get mana from this. Like the inputs don't really match what the output gives. You'd think it would give you some kind of guard status effect, but it's also like it's a food, not like a potion, so it's kind of weird. Maybe I get rid of it. I don't know. Slime skewer. What's honey apple? That's probably fine because this is a. I think this is fibrous meat plus slime. I'll boost that to 15. All right, we'll do this for sure. Minus 10 health. I don't even know if this works. I might have something that prevents this from hurting you. All right, red meat, I'm gonna make 15. This is just a red meat converts to a steak, so that's 25 is fine. Whey bread, that's I think these things will eventually find their spot, but I think for now I just kind of want to get them out. 30. Do 45. Sylvan steak is 2 ingredients. I think the pies are 3 though, right? Yeah, these are all 3 tier. So this one should have to heal a lot. I'm trying to remember what the yeah, we're probably gonna go over that, honestly. What's the biggest one I have? 40? I'm gonna do 45 for the meat pie. I'm gonna do what goes in this? Hold on. Honey, apple. Might just do 45 as well. I'll do 40 and I'll do some mana. What goes into this? I think this is a 3 ingredient recipe. Lotus flower, yeah, okay. We'll do like 60. Ah, this one's a little weird. I'm gonna do 40-40. I need to differentiate that one though. These are kind of the old ones. Do I drop these anywhere anymore? No. 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 Oh, this is just for my kits. Okay. Or hold on, let me just double check that I'm not. Yeah, okay. I'll go ahead and replace this with something else. Oops. I don't really know. Food, Sylvan, steak, or something. All right, cool. I could also have some of these. Those ones are good, I think. It is tricky because you have to be like on one hand you have to be thematic and like things have to like combine in ways that kind of make sense. Like if you have an item called granite berry, when that gets put into a food, you kind of expect to get some kind of defensive buff from it. But then you also have to like differentiate things, so they have to be like a reason to build that over something else. I don't know, it's just kind of confusing. It just ends up being a lot every time, but anyways, I am gonna go eat lunch now. Thank you all for sticking around through the weeds. Big refactor. A lot done though. We're getting closer. The loot tables are a lot better now, I think, so I'm happy with that. We're on the right path, I think. Anyways. Anyways, that will be it. Take care, everyone. Have a good rest of your day, and I will see you next time.